That is the sound of a distracted, divided, and dead American until they hear. Battle for freedom, triggering change, one heartbeat at a time. Welcome, everyone. There you go. There's my voice. Welcome, everyone. This is Watson. It's the end of a crazy week. The apocalypse came. And it's here to stay. No, just kidding. I know a lot of people probably feel completely despondent that Joe Biden's president of the United States of America, but you know what? God is still on the throne regardless of whoever is in the White House. My name is Watson Prunier. My website is www.battle4freedom.com. I want you to go there, share it out with as many people as you possibly can. Subscribe to me on YouTube if you get a chance. You'll see the link in the show page. Go from there. Look for Battle for Freedom, and you'll see my broadcast out there. I really appreciate you do that. But I also want you to do me a favor. Go to mojo50.com / just go to mojo50.com, mojo50.com. You can use click the button schedule to see all the different shows available to you. You can also go out and take a look at the shop if you want to pick up something, any kind of paraphernalia that you would really enjoy just to celebrate this crazy network called Mojo 50 Radio. But also if you have the charity in your heart to donate something, go ahead and do something. Click the button, donate to Mojo 50 Radio. I would really appreciate that kind of love that you share with this network. Today, you know what? I just squeezed in before this broadcast began some American Pride Roasters coffee, Watson's White Chocolate Caramel, which I'm about to share with you. But just understand this, as this commercial is going, as the sponsor reads going, this is what I'm enjoying. That's it. I've hit the snooze button a dozen times, and now I have to finally get going. But I'm not going to do this day right if I don't start it off with a cup of American Pride Roasters coffee, the official coffee of Mojo 50 Radio. But I'm not going to lie to you. They have a wide variety of blends, but I'm leaning towards the one that's named after me, Watson's White Chocolate Caramel. You know what? It sounds as good as those words that just rolled off of my mouth. Listen, get it today. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Tell them that Watson from Battle for Freedom sent you, and you want Watson's White Chocolate Caramel blend to start your day off. Join American Pride Roasters Coffee and Mojo 50 Radio, and most important, Battle for Freedom, as we celebrate the best coffee in the nation. American Pride Roasters. Yes. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Hopefully I won't be as crazy as it was, so animated. Today's going to be a little bit more laid back. I see a lot of people decided to go to facebook.com / Mojo 50 Radio so that they can interact with this program. I want to say thank you to every last one of you who decided to join in. Good morning, Heidi, Carolyn, Linda, Lep, Renee, Carrie, Curtis, Jill and Josh, Lisa. Thank you so much for being part of the program and enjoying. And also the team that's listening in, that you're out there, you're meeting together in Zoom. Thank you so much every time that you do this. Just keep your eyes on the road and don't lose perspective of where you are. I really appreciate you making it to your destination safely. And those who might be on the road, you could be on the East Coast in New York, driving in, just sitting on the LIE or the BQE. I don't know where you are. Just please be careful as you're listening and following this out. So today I want to talk about the whole idea of functional Fridays. Got Canvas, and maximizing your weekends. This is a little bit similar to what I was talking about last week about finding your creative, because of the fact that you understand something. On Fridays, yes, it's I don't know if you're ever like me, but I was always like, oh my goodness, Friday is just the beginning of the end of my weekend. Because it's like you were dreading going back into Monday. You're going back into work Monday, that you completely missed out on enjoying your whole weekend because of the fact that you were so fixated on the fact that your weekend's short. There's not enough time. You wish there was more time. And instead of sitting there wishing that there's more time, in the process of wishing that there was more time, we lose so much time. We worry about the things that we can't control. Even the whole idea of this Biden presidency, we can't control it. I know it's going to stress us out. We're finding a lot of different things. Yeah, guess what? My friend just shared with me today that I think he put a bust of Hugo Chavez in the White House. A failed president, a failed communist dictator. This is, you see yesterday I shared on my wall that, Biden's out there. He's now making it possible that people who want to identify as a different sex can participate in sports. And so regardless of the strength advantages that may be over the new contestants, no matter how much extra testosterone there might be in the situation, a lot of women are going to lose out because of the fact that we've changed standards so much that I don't think we decided we should push through and do things, but we never asked, really, should we? It's not that we can't do things, it's just, should we? I believe that as we reflect on this, and we get angry, we get very mad about the decisions that are happening. A lot of people are going to be learning some things about themselves and learning that they were deceived. They were deceived about this. I shared yesterday in Georgia how they were deceived. They were saddened that they weren't going to get as much money as they thought they would. That the money that was campaigned by their Democrat senators who would now allow there to be control of the Senate. A lot of people are going to be disappointed. I try to get the hint over this as I spoke yesterday. I'm very impassioned about this only because of the fact that I don't think people fully understand the reality of us taking a haughty spirit, a haughty attitude, and acting like we're morally better than everyone else. What I want to tell you in the whole idea of having a functional Friday, because sometimes when we get to the end of the week, we're so amped up with all the drama, the news, and everything like that. And sometimes we go into come down from like that sugar high, that political high, that drama high as we're going into the weekend. Sometimes we keep riding that. We ride on the fumes and we lose out on so much opportunity. Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, depending on when you do, is your time of worship with God and fellowship with family and friends. Me, one of the things that I want to do this weekend is, I've been so busy trying to get so much done with work, making certain that I continue to follow through on what I need to do there. Still so much more projects I have to get done for work. But as I sit here looking at this and, as I talk about new schedules, I've had this calendar with me as my boss said, the whole idea that he lives and dies by his calendar. Sometimes I see the electronic ones, but sometimes it's the physical ones that drive me, that I can't walk past. I can't ignore what's there in front of my face. So now I have to be more intentional of writing down things on a calendar, writing down things, having alarms go off on my phone so that I understand, hey, you need to get this done. I have a meeting at this time. I have a meeting at this time. I have a meeting at this time. And sometimes we don't know how to get our week. Our week sometimes seems like it gets away from us because we never put down the time to plan and schedule what's important and how we take care of those things. I know that when we go to church, sometimes I have to shave. I have to shave the top of my head. I have to shave the side of my beard, just a little clean shaven. Like, I've got to represent the hottest woman in the world. And sometimes I'll wait till Sunday morning to shave, when it's like, it takes me longer than I'm supposed to. So better planning says shave before you go to sleep so you don't have to worry about it Sunday morning. And make sure that your clothes are also ironed so that you can be ready for church, so you don't have to worry about doing these things, so we can get into the car and drive. Because sometimes we drive a long distance to go to church. And we do so because it's a wonderful time of worship and fellowship with fellow believers in Christ. But the idea is, how are you planning? And I know when we get to the end of the week, we're running on fumes. Our emotions are high. They're low. We're just moving all over the map. And then Friday is just almost like a blur. It's almost like a blur. Like, okay, did I get anything accomplished this weekend? Or have been focusing so much on what I'm going to do this weekend that I did nothing this whole past week? Because I was just mad about having to be back in work and having to do tasks and having to do all these different things that are so annoying. Maximizing functional Fridays is about let's get all the bad habits. Let's get all the bad mentalities. Let's get all the bad drama and what's the word for it? There's another word. Get the bad auras. Get all that nonsense out and start with a clean, refreshed mind. That's when I say got canvas, because of the fact that sometimes when we come into the weekend, we know what we want to do, but again, it's not written down. It's not put on a calendar. It's not laid out what we're going to do. I know this is probably not something that you want to hear right now, because you just want to see fired up, spit frothing from my mouth, Watson, and everything like that. And wait till next week. Wait till next week. Because of the fact that right now, I really want to be honest with you, because I know there are a lot of things that I have not accomplished because of the fact that I've allowed the craziness to consume me. I've allowed the craziness to consume me. And sometimes it's not even just sitting down and binging. It's not binge watching TV. I believe that, we sometimes die in front of these TVs and streaming services. I know there's a lot going on this weekend, playoffs and everything like that, but don't let the playoffs completely kill your success. Enjoy it, have the movies on, but make sure that you're getting those things, those dreams that you want accomplished. There's so much that I've wanted to do for myself that I did not get anything accomplished last year. Literally nothing accomplished that was on. You know why? Because Watson smash. That's really funny, Curtis. Because of the fact that I didn't have anything on the schedule. Because I didn't plan. My boss says, "What is the plan? Show me your path to success. Show me in documentation, in paper, something I can read that gives me a timeline, a schedule on how you're going to make certain milestones, how you're going to basically make certain achievements that bring you and drive you closer and closer and closer to their project until there is completion of that said task." The small tasks that build itself up to bigger tasks. You have your big task and it's chopped down. I know it seems like it's a lot. Watson, why are you getting into a lot of this administrative nonsense? Because of the fact that, you know what? Without the administrative, we're dysfunctional. Without the administrative, without the tasks, without the clear lining of what it is I'm supposed to do, we are dysfunctional. Clearly. And I want you to be serious about this homework assignment. Again, I'm giving you another assignment. Write down for yourself all the different things that not all the different things. I'm just only going to ask you to do 3 things, 3 critical, 3 important things that you've always wanted to do. Okay, and write down those things that never happened or never were completed, because of the fact that when you sit there and you walk down, and I'm sure that in the process of you doing this, you're going to say, "Well, Watson, come on, man. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time." Really? Really? Because if you do something like I will do, is like binge watch a show or a TV series, that doesn't it's not just a half an hour experience. That's a multi-hour experience. That's sometimes a few days, 3 days, 4 days or more experience. I remember one of my favorite sci-fi TV shows. Well, Stargate SG-1 is one of my favorite ones. But I also love Star Trek, Stargate Voyager. I just love me some Captain Janeway and all the craziness going there. I know everybody else has their other particular favorites in that movie. We will not go there. But at the end of the day, I remember the first time I tried Netflix and I was like, "Oh, Stargate Voyager, I haven't watched this in a while." And my wife always knows when I'm starting to stream something, when I get silent, when I get quiet. Oh, Babylon 5, that's another good one. My wife always knows when I'm streaming, because I get quiet, I get focused, and I get distant. You get that? I get quiet, I get focused, I get distant. And in the process, that makes me fail in accomplishing the tasks that I have before me. I spent, in the midst of the tasks that I had, and great that I could work from, praise God that I have a job. I can work from home and get things done. But even at my desk, it was so cluttered. This office is so cluttered. You would literally think I was a contortionist walking through stuff to get to my chair to sit down and do work, connect to you, and get so much done. And then I was like, this isn't working anymore. This is I can't do this. I ordered things, and thank God my boss allowed me to pick up some things so I can put my monitor for work here and my other monitor work for here, and so I can set things back off, and I have a little bit more breathing room at my desk. Because Brian Keith said it best: a failure to plan is a plan for failure. Period. A failure to plan is, even as you look at some of the most mundane and menial tasks that you have to do, even if you don't have a plan for that, you know what? It will fail. I want the consistency of making sure, my wife shouldn't have to be the one who does the dishes more times during the week, and it's not a competition. Sometimes I might do it more than she does, and sometimes she might do it more than I do. Well, more times often, she does it more than I do. And I want to find this balance where it's like, we're both contributing. We're both working. We're both parents. We're both serving one another and our children. So make it happen. Make it happen. Just coming up with ideas of what do I want to talk about next week? If I know what I want to talk about, I know what I'm talking about next Wednesday as we get into the book of Judges. It's going to be a really good time. What can I do now to get some of these things out of the way? Prepping for my show images, prepping for topics and stuff like that I could drop in. Prepping, planning. But what we do more than everything else is procrastinate. Admit it. We all suffer that awesome and very comfortable little bug. The virus, if there was a virus, more so than the COVID, it's the procrastination bug that affects us all. Be honest, admit it, don't lie. And sometimes we get so oh my goodness, Carolyn Crouch says, oh my goodness, you were talking about a blast from the past. She says, kiss my grits. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. They're talking about Mel and Mel's Diner. Listen, if you really want to communicate or get something or get one of my thoughts going on here, drop a comment at facebook.com/Mojo5 Radio and leave a statement there. You know what? I need to share with you another one of our sponsors, which is New Life Holistic. I'm going to do this one now only because of the fact I just want another swig of this American Red Roasters coffee.
Does your mind seem like it often shuts down before it even starts? Sounds like you need to detox to improve your health in body, mind, and spirit. I'd like to tell you about New Life Holistic. It is an amazing therapy process that uses neurofeedback and biofeedback for many issues that ails everyone. New Life's method and approach to health, balance, energy, and vitality is what sets it apart from anything you have experienced ever before. Call 1-833-4-BIO-LIFE and tell them Watson from Battle4Freedom had sent you. One more thing. Give them the code MOJO50 and save $50 off of your first session. The consult is free. New Life Holistic.
Yes, New Life Holistic. Check it out. Get it. Don't tell. And if you don't do it and you start suffering, and you find you're weak, you find your life completely just disarrayed, and you just need to be able to focus more. They use tones. They use. There was this game I was playing that I'm probably not going to play for another year and a half, 2 years, because I realized that it consumes a lot of my time. It has like this interesting tune that plays in the background. And one of the things that was very interesting is I sat there playing the game, and I played for a long time, just because of the fact it was just one of those things to break myself away and focus. it was interesting as I found myself listening to it over and over and over again. And then all of a sudden, a few days later, I start hearing new tunes. I start hearing the stereo sounds, not the stereo sounds, but I start hearing the other tracks inside of the music. I'm like, hold on a second. I thought that the tune went like this, but now I'm starting to hear this. I mean, now, did they change something? No. That after a particular period of time, you start hearing the other tracks that are in there. Well, that's what happens when you listen to New Life Holistic. You start hearing other sounds, and there's a key feature that it has on affecting our minds and basically getting us in tuned. It's like a fine tuning, hitting that pitchfork and tuning our minds that needs to get out of whack and back into functioning the proper way. And what does my cup say? My cup says Uncle Tom, the movie. I need to schedule a time to interview the creators of that. That's going to be what's going to happen more too this year as well, because I want these Fridays, these weekends. There's a lot of interviews I have coming up, and I'm going to schedule this with the people who did the movie Uncle Tom. I'm going to have the thing with civil defense. We're going to talk more about that. You want to talk about functional Fridays. You want to talk about actually spending time being prepared for the worst case scenario. I want to talk more about that. I want to prepare you. I want to help you go through some of the different things. I want to share with you some of the information and let you know that these books are very powerful, and they can help you if you find that time to sit down and prepare. Don't say that we weren't warned about these things that are coming up. Don't say that these things were not expressed to you about the dangers that are awaiting our society, and we decided to be slack in hand. I can't remember what a word is in Proverbs, but it talks about the ant and how the ant prepares, how the ant spends all this time. It's not just one little ant, it's thousands of them that they turn around and they prepare for worst case scenarios. They carry stuff hundreds and thousands times their weight because of the fact that they want to be prepared. So when there's no time or there's no ability to go forage or look for food, they already have it in a secure, safe place. And I think that right now we're so busy being entertained. We're so busy being entertained that we don't have time to really be effective in changing someone else's life or preparing for our worst case scenario. Yeah, here's the other one that I have, cat coolers.
When the world is going to hell in a handbasket, you need rugged. You need strong. You need durable. You need cat coolers. These are the best coolers on the market in 27, 55, and 88 quart. Go to catcoolers.com and give them the code Watson to save 10% on your purchase. Don't settle for those substandard containers that melt, leak, and destroy your memorable moments. Tell them that Watson from Battle4Freedom sent you. Cat coolers.
Yes, cat cooler. I'm sorry. Just jumping down on a little bit more pastry, and I just topped off my cup of American Pride Roasters coffee. Folks, listen. You have more time on your schedule than you really believe. If I had a little bit more time in the day, trust me, we have more time in our schedule than we want to admit. Yeah, one of the things that I have 3 little angels that live with me that God has blessed me and my wife to have. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not always present there because I fail to plan as best as I need. Yesterday, as I'm in the process of cleaning up my office, I went outside and the girls are sitting there, they're playing in the living room, and my youngest, my 4-year-old, she says, "You need to stop working and play with us." Do you know how convicting that is? Because I'm getting so much done. She's like, "You need to stop working." She actually came in and got on all fours and started picking up some of my things in my office, helping me sort things out. Because I told them this weekend is about them. I want to get some things done in my office, cleaned and out of the way, so I can give all my attention to them. My 4-year-old came in to help me organize my office. My canvas is the heart of 3 beautiful little girls, and and I don't want to disappoint them. Who are you doing that to when your mind is cluttered and you're not being functional on your Fridays? Let's go to a break. You're listening to the smooth sounds of elevator music while we wait to come back to Battle for Freedom on Mojo 50 Radio. Thank you for taking the time to take this journey and experience. We're on the second floor, now going down to the first floor, as we're 1 minute away from returning to the insane one called Watson on Battle for Freedom. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. This is Watson Prenate from Battle for Freedom and Mojo 50 Radio. I'm just glad that you can be a part of this program and join me. Thank you, Raquel from Room 13, as we just talk about the whole idea of just amazing shows that you can listen to. She's part of the weekend crew that we have coming up. Listen, you can catch Room 13 with Raquel and Eric. That you can see there. I just got to roll my R's. I just love doing it. I know it just drives my wife wild too when I do that, and also when I do that with my eyebrow as well. You have that. You have let's see if I can get some of the shows out here. Mighty Oaks. You have Pat Oni. You have Defending Douay with Jason Gouffre. You have the Bells of Liberty. You have Off Track Syndicate. You have you have Doug Ramsey on Sundays. That's actually Sunday morning. There is like this 5-hour thing that you can enjoy where there's just this awesome time of just amazing stuff coming out from over across the pond. Do me a favor, go spend some time in doing that. I know that there's many more that I'm forgetting that I can't even tell you right now. But I believe that you will really enjoy this. You have, Matt Holloway is another one, crazy dude that I've known for a few years now. Come on here. I'm going to say Penegrin, but I'm going to get this wrong. I want to say Penegrin. I think I'm saying it wrong. But listen, because my memory is not something that you can deal with or rely on, you have to go to mojo50.com/schedule, click the button schedule, and see all the different people that you can enjoy. This is very important, and I believe that it will bless you as you spend the time there and enjoy. And so, thank you, Raquel. Peter Seraphin, not Penegrin. I don't know if it's too much Harry Potter, or I don't know what it is, or Harry Pooper. But again, don't rely, Peter Seraphin, and he's got some really great content. You'll really enjoy. Listen, I don't tell you to go to mojo50.com/schedule just to say it. I'm telling you, there are great people that you can appreciate and just listen and enjoy when you go there. So please go click the button schedule, go there, enjoy it. I'm done with sponsors for now. Now is just kind of rambling on. If you went to facebook.com/Mojo5er Radio, this is one of the cool things that I really enjoy, and I'm not offended by it. You go to facebook.com/Mojo5er Radio, and you can actually leave comments, and I can try and pick up some of those. But sometimes people carry on in their own conversations, and it's great. Do that. Enjoy yourselves. Have fun. Make new friends as you're doing this. See, this is the thing that's so powerful in this whole process is because we can't control the circumstances of who's going to be in the White House. Again, when our side doesn't win, we become very despondent. Okay, I understand things were not done the correct way during this election process, but you know what? It's out of our hands. It's out of our hands, and the best thing that we can do is just trust God is in control. And if you don't know who he is, understand this. As I'm taking my kids through, we took a pause in Genesis for now. We finished in the first 11 chapters. We're in the book of John right now, as my kids are learning about in the beginning was the Word was with God, and Word was God. As we just finished reading, the Word became flesh. As I'm sitting here telling them about Jesus Christ coming incarnate, and we're having these critical discussions as we have our family Bible study time. As we sit there, we just go through the Bible, and it's amazing what our girls and our kids. My wife told me this beautiful. Oh my goodness. My wife and I separately were reading through the book of Revelation. And she just tells me about how my middle child is set. She had a discussion with God and just having this unique discussion. It's like, God, I want to spend some time with you. Well, I want to come enjoy you. And my wife's like, well, what did she say? What did he say? And she's like, well, he's like, oh yeah, we can spend time, but not right now. Let's do it later. And she was like, cool, okay. And it's like, she said that, and I missed that. Oh, that kills me. Oh, to want to be there. But then there are some things that I watch and see my kids interact. I see my three girls. They play together. We for Christmas. One of the things they got for Christmas was 1,166 pieces of Legos, because my girls love building and playing with Legos, and so. It's a genuine experience. It's a genuine experience when you can watch the creativity of your children when you decide to turn off the remote. When you shut off the TV, you shut off all the external distractions. Now, mind you, we subscribe to PureFlix, and we're happy with it because there's some really great Christian movies that my kids can enjoy. In the process of doing this, I want you to understand that these precious moments that just blow you away. But if I'm too busy, if I'm too dysfunctional, if I'm too distracted, I miss out on these key moments in the life of my children. I miss out on them, and I can't stand it. It drives me up the wall. I hate missing those moments. Do you ever watch those movies and the parent was so neglectful, or you hear the stories of the parents who spent all their time focusing on things that just didn't matter. And they're like, well, I wish I could I could redeem my time. That's something that my buddy Tim and I will talk about. It's like, it's God saying it's time to redeem the time. Redeeming your time, your weekend, get back to these things. Yeah, one of the ones I also want you to hit on this is as I talked about PureFlix. One thing I also want you to do is, as you're planning out and you're trying to find other avenues of entertainment or avenues of being blessed and everything like that. You know, last year about this time I had the blessed opportunity to, I think a year ago, possibly near today, had opportunity of interviewing Kevin Sorbo, and one of the things that the notice he put out there is Kevin and Sam Sorbo. Sam Sorbo is a voice on Mojo5er Radio. Blessed to have her back. Sorbo Family Film Studios.com. I want you to do this. As they get censored on social media, as they get censored by the big tech giants, I want you to understand, if you go to Sorbo familyfilmstudios.com. I will put it on my website, as well as I'll make certain that you get it in the timeline of where you can go so that you can subscribe to great entertainment. Great family-oriented entertainment, and there's going to be some amazing drama and action and all those other different things. You can go there, plan out your other avenues. A lot of people are upset with Netflix right now, whether it's the content that they're bringing in. Maybe it's some of the content is a little bit on the offensive side, and sometimes it's not even just dealing with sexuality. Sometimes it's just dealing with some political figures that you just don't want part of your entertainment streaming service. Yes, you have the right to basically say, I don't want to look at this stuff anymore. Yes, you have the option and you don't, but now it seems like our playlists are getting overwhelmed with a lot of nonsense and not a lot of the good content that you really enjoy. I understand that. I've been there and I've done that. If there's any series that that my wife and I, if we really want to see on Netflix more than anything else, it's Cobra Kai. We're waiting for season 4. We'll really appreciate when that finally comes out and that hits the thing. But outside of that, I think God has really put a good vacuum of good content out there so that we can be focused. I can be focused back on my family. I will say there's one more show to watch. Don't binge it. Don't binge it. Take some time and let a lot of the stuff absorb into you. If I'm correct, the actors are speaking Portuguese, or the actors and actresses are Portuguese, and it's a TV series called The 3%. 3%. It's a very intriguing movie about survival and survival of the fittest. If you can get over the horrible mouth overs and the mouths not being in sync, because again, they're not speaking English, they're speaking Portuguese, and there's basically the dubs to basically make it available for you to read and understand. But very interesting concept, because I watched it and it made me realize how close this country is to doing exactly where we are. You know, the Civil War that we're so worried about experiencing? You know how even yesterday I was animated talking about the idea that once we believe that our side is better than the other side, we'll take drastic measures to succeed so that we can enjoy paradise. And right now, a lot of us, we're so worked up on trying to preserve and protect this country that we're willing to engage in some very unhealthy and very inhumane practices in order to maintain control over this country and control who gets the chance to enjoy and have the right to dictate and speak. Because democracy, because one voice has to win, because one side has to win. I think in our determination to win, we've lost a lot of our humanity. We've lost a lot of who we are. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I sit here and I watch what we say. I watch what we post. I hear what we say, and it's very, very, very. I don't know how to prepare my girls, apart from the Word of God, for the experiences to await them because of the level of hatred and anger and bitterness. Now, mind you, they both sides of the aisle are guilty of hate. Make no mistake, this is not about righteous indignation. It's about revenge. And it's very, very tiring. We have to do the best that we can to change our disposition and set a better example for our children, for our homes, for our communities. Our country needs better leadership. It doesn't start up at the top. It starts at the bottom. We want to figure out a way that we can set examples of what humanity looks like, and we keep looking to these public officials to do what we should be doing ourselves. We keep looking. I know Functional Friday, and basically having that canvas. You know the political world that you want to see. You know that better America that you want to see. Not the morally uptight version that we have created in our minds. But write down this plan. Last week I told you about that program. I told you about the program called Pure Ref. Open that up and open that program up and put the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and other things to one side of what you think would be the laws and what would be the rules, what would be the key idea structure of law that needs to govern, just rule and dictate how we do things in society. Put your picture of what you would like, and what you would like. Just start small. Because right now we're so focused on the big target of winning the country that we stopped pursuing our communities. If you start cultivating the kind of country and culture you would like to see in your societies, don't aim so high for the White House. There's a term that we have not used in so long, and it's so sad. Grassroots. Grassroots. We have been so busy being so distracted, we don't even want to get back to the simple practice of planting seeds right around where we need to be. Tending to our gardens. I believe that every last one of us, as you are so creative and you're going to start, if you want to take back America, if you want to take back our communities, if we want to take back our families, what steps are we taking to actually make this happen? What steps are we taking to really bring and foster a culture of inclusivity or inclusiveness? We'll just go with that one. That works better. Inclusiveness. What steps are we doing? How have we drawn out a map on what does this look like? Because if we have, I just want to take back our country back. We're gonna fight. We're gonna get rid of these people. We're gonna, in this idea of just the president in 1871 and United States may be a corporation now, but the country can change, but it starts small. Think about this, and Brian Keith is right. Think locally, act locally. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez got into office because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, no matter how much you may call her dingy or whatever, and maybe she didn't have enough support for what she did, but Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez properly planned. She properly navigated and canvassed her neighborhood that she took down. She took down an establishment Democrat. See, a lot of us were so angry because we're like, well, we'll take Trump, but we don't want Biden, we don't want else, we don't want anybody else because we need Trump. Not realizing, we're not going to go third party, we're not going to go with this candidate because what matters most is taking the side and winning that one side more than anything else. We got so desperate. We forgot the fundamentals. We forgot the fundamentals of just decency and communicating with the people in our neighborhood. Start kissing babies. Well, we can't do that because of COVID. I understand. Sorry. But we want to see a better neighborhood. We want to see a better community. We want to see a better county and country, state and country. But we don't want to take the initial steps to start seeing that happen. Oh, that's too much time, Watson. We got to take the win. No. Do you realize that Jesus spent 3 years cultivating the disciples before? And actually, here's the funny part about it. He gave them practice setting them out before he left. 3 years. Jesus was ministering to 12 nincompoops. One didn't get the message because one didn't get the message because he was so busy focusing on winning the country back that he actually missed out on the bigger message of winning and taking the world. Let me try that one for you one time if you're not paying attention. Jesus spent 3 years ministering to 12 people. One missed the message because he was too busy focusing on trying to take the country back that he missed the opportunity to take the world. wait too, Judas. Actually, he didn't even wait around because he felt so guilty. He felt so guilty of betraying the Savior that he hung himself. Now, some people are going to basically tell you that Judas didn't hang himself and die. He basically got around. He got up and he never hung himself, and it's crazy. It's crazy how far we'll go just to change the narrative because of the fact that we're so rebellious. We so want our way so much that we're now going to change the Word of God to fit our limited understandings of reality and our failed practices that continue to show that we don't know what we're talking about and we'll never succeed. We'll never win. We will never conquer because our pride has already conquered us. Our pride has gotten in the way of any true success in us because of the fact that we don't need no sticking plans. I don't need no sticking directions. I'm going to get there. Even if I have to drive around for 6 more months and 6 more hours, we're going to finally get there when I'm ready to say we're ready to get there. I don't care if we're late. I don't care if I miss the opportunities of a lifetime. My way or the highway. Oh, I love it. I love it. Just the idea of thinking about what I said about Judas. I did not have that planned. But right now, even now, there are people so determined that they still believe that Trump is taking back this country. I heard Matt Gaetz. I saw this from Alan Chesser. He shared a tweet from Matt Gaetz, who basically said that Donald Trump is still the head of the Republican Party. I'm like, what? You still focused on Trump? Holy cow! I thought Matt Gaetz had some common sense here. You're still focused on Trump. We have a new leader. We have a new president. And I'm sorry. You know what? And y'all are not going to like me for this, but as much as I did not want Trump to be impeached, I want him to be impeached now. No, there's no basis. I don't believe that there's a reason. Oh, wow, 17 minutes ago. Yep, sorry. Mike Phillip, 2 p.m. American Duck Radio. You could check him out on. Listen, that's during the day. Okay, during the week. I spent time talking on the weekends, Mike. If you were paying attention to what I was saying, I was talking about during the shows during the weekend. During the week, you have Rocky Stucci, you have Battle4Freedom, you have Daily Mojo, you have Rocky Stucci after that, you have Gwen Rich, you have various names at 12 o'clock, you have Mike Phillip at 2, you have Jim Dawes at 3, you have Monday through Thursday, Ron Edwards at 4. But today you'll get a chance to listen to Sam Sorbo at 4 p.m. And then 5, you have Critical Thinking with Andrew Coppins. 6 p.m. you have PC Radio with Stu Peters and Rich Leonard. 7 to 9 you have Dominic Izzo, Rants of Izzo. And 9 p.m. Just starting this week, their full 2 hours, Defenders Live, Dylan and Steven. 2 full hours. You have a wide variety of just other amazing voice. Like yesterday, I forgot to mention before Battle4Freedom, you would have heard Room 13. I think Pat Oni might have been on before. Pat Oni show might have been on before Battle4Freedom this morning. If you were listening on iHeartRadio, there's a wide variety. So you can whatever, Mike. I get text messages, and it's okay. It's cool from people. But this whole idea of us maximizing our time, changing what we're doing in our lives to make the best of this. Okay, folks, I know I'm probably wrecking your whole plans for the whole weekend. I know I'm probably wrecking things for your life. I probably say things you just don't really want to hear from me, but I'm not lying to you. I believe God has allowed every last one of us to be creative, but it's how we manage and take care of our time to really change our world, really change our community. I believe every last one of us who's listening right now, God has put in a unique position to really make a difference. I'm hoping in the process of this that we just suck it up. Suck it up and say, you know what, Watson? I don't like what you have to say all the times. You get a little bit too loud for me, the spit coming out of your mouth. Sometimes you've seen a couple of boogers in your nose. I don't like hearing it. But, one of the different things that we have to realize, though, is you are convicting me that I do need to better manage my time. I do need to better accomplish what's in my life, because if I don't set out plans, if I don't set out a proper plan for me getting to my success, I have no one to blame but myself. I understand. I understand the process of there was those TV shows that can be it's very tempting to sit down and not want to watch a Stargate SG-1. It's very tempting not to sit down and just want to watch Star Trek Voyager once again. I mean, even as my wife, and she's great on the idea of us sitting down and watching Cobra Kai from season 1 all the way to season 3 again. And those times that my wife and we can sit down and enjoy those shows, yes, I want to do that. But I also know that God has put books in me that I need to get out and I didn't get done because I didn't put something on a schedule saying what things are going to be done. Well, before the show, I started filling in. Yes, we're towards the end of January on the schedule here, but you know what? It's time to start filling out, even if it's the last week of January that we'll be facing. I still have time to put something down there and focus and really start planning things out. I'm really hoping that we really take this serious. I appreciate every last one. And here's one of the other things I'm not gonna lie to you on. I so appreciate you listening to me. I appreciate you being up at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, to take a listen and take a gander at what craziness or what things I might say. But hear me on this thing. Your dreams, your success matters so much more to me than you listening to me. If there's someone in your life that you have missed that critical time with, and listening to Watson at 7 o'clock in the morning is getting in the way of you doing that, stop listening to me. Stop listening to me. Because I don't want to be the reason your success fails. I appreciate you listening to me. I really, really do. But I believe that every last one of us, God has given us an ability to see the people who need us more, the people who need us so much more. And I believe that once we take our eyes off of the distractions and focus on how we can bless other people, we truly change the world. Attitude of gratitude is something that Beth Knott, she is our commander, one of our commanders of this great flagship called Mojo 50 Radio, told me about just ending off on a positive note. And an attitude of gratitude is one of the ways that I like doing this here. B4FAOG@gmail.com. I want you to send me your thing. But this is something that I got from CBS Sunday Morning, and this is very powerful. Talking about a way of changing lives. Check this out.
Oh, 91-year-old Gene McGee couldn't believe his good fortune when he stepped outside his house in Vidalia, Louisiana this past week.
Look at that.
He discovered a bunch of kids from the daycare across the street,
Trying to get that ball from him.
willing and wanting to include him in their fun.
Hey there.
He also met the daycare teacher,
What's your name?
Megan Nunez.
Every day I cross the street and we meet again.
And your name?
It's Megan.
Meet again.
Megan.
Every day for 3 years now,
Megan?
Gene has been meeting Megan
Megan.
for what he thinks to be the very first time.
My name is Gene.
Gene, Mr. Gene.
Yeah.
Now who was that?
Gene has severe dementia.
Well,
He can barely remember his own face.
I don't know who that is.
That's you.
His daughter Kathy says he also suffered from loneliness until those daycare kids came into his life.
Here, Mr. Dean.
Oh my goodness.
High five.
They have been such a blessing to Daddy, and he lights up.
For about an hour every afternoon, Gene and the kids bask in each other's company. And although the night will erase every memory of the day,
Be careful.
and a fog will smother every echo of laughter, something will remain in the recesses of his mind. Something will beckon him back whenever he hears the children playing.
He just goes right to the front yard.
And he remembers that this is going to be a joyful thing.
Exactly.
If he goes outside.
Yeah.
Which is kind of inexplicable.
Because it's love. And you know, everybody responds to love.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Megan says it's almost like an instinct.
I'm Gene.
We always tell the kids that his brain is kind of sick, but his heart always remembers us. Mr. Gene!
Dementia can rob so much, but apparently acceptance and compassion
What's your best move?
are unforgettable.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
CBS Sunday. If that doesn't make you choke up, I don't know what will. You know what will make you choke up? Brad Staggs and Daily Mojo, which is up next. Folks, thank you very much. Be functional this Friday and make a change. Get your canvas ready, make a difference, redeem your weekend, and bless somebody. I'm your host, Watson Prenay from Battle for Freedom. Take care, and God bless.